Imagine if a game you played with your best friend in your backyard went on to become a wildly popular sport. Platform tennis was the brainchild of James Cogswell and Fessenden Blanchard. The two were good friends, neighbors, and tennis fanatics. However, come winter, all of the tennis courts were closed for the season, leaving the two without their favorite pastime. Rather than wait for spring to come around, they decided to make their own winter sport in Cogswell's backyard in 1928. Originally, they had settled on using a wooden platform so they could play badminton, volleyball, or tennis. However, the presence of a large rock in Cogswell's backyard limited the size of the platform they could build, which in turn restricted what they could play. The end result was a wooden platform that was 48 feet long and 20 feet wide, too small for volleyball and not really suitable for badminton either, leaving tennis as the only option. Even then, the gameplay of tennis did not translate well onto their makeshift court. The tennis ball kept bouncing off the platform, leaving one of them to chase after it. The length of the rackets was not proportional to the playing field, and serves often went right out of bounds. Another obstacle came in the form of the Great Depression, which began the following year. Many people suddenly found themselves unemployed, with a peak of nearly 25% nationally in 1933. During these harsh times, people often swore off leisure expenses, and yet Cogswell and Blanchard persevered. They used cheap paddle tennis rackets instead of traditional ones, they depressurized the tennis balls they used, and they set up a barrier around the platform using chicken wire to keep the ball in play at all times. All these incremental changes added up to create a sport with a flavor of gameplay that was distinct from its main inspiration, and thus platform tennis as we know it was born. It soon piqued the interest of others in the neighborhood, who shortly thereafter convinced the local tennis club to provide courts for platform tennis. The first official platform tennis courts opened in 1931 at the Fox Meadow Club in Scarsdale, New York. These historic courts still host games today, although the club is restricted to members only. The game, with its low cost of entry and fast-paced gameplay, quickly attracted a cult following. Seeing the success of their creation locally, Cogswell and Blanchard knew they had to get the word out. Blanchard became the game's main promoter, going on radio shows and being interviewed by newspapers to spread the word. In order to give the game an enticing backstory, he spun a tall tale about how it was created by a 14-year-old boy who was barred from playing tennis at his older brother's college. Blanchard's efforts worked, and platform tennis has since spread throughout the country and world, and it has brought enjoyment and leisure to thousands, if not millions, of people.